The rain hammered against the biodome's transparent ceiling as Ryan adjusted his daughter's backpack, making sure the straps didn't dig into her small shoulders. 7-year-old Emma chattered excitedly about her school project on Terran Zalari cultural exchange, oblivious to her father's exhaustion. It had been 3 years since the accident that took his wife, and Ryan was still learning to navigate single parenthood on humanity's first interstellar colony. "Dad, look." Emma tugged his sleeve, pointing toward a huddled figure beneath the transit station's overhang. Ryan's heart sank. The figure was unmistakably Zalari, her blue-tinted skin shimmering faintly even in the dim evening light, her elongated fingers clutched around a worn travel case. She couldn't have been more than 20 in human years, though with Zalari aging patterns it was hard to tell. What struck Ryan most was how thin she looked, her frame trembling despite the colony's climate-controlled environment. "Dad, she's cold," Emma whispered, though that was impossible. The temperature was regulated at exactly 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Ryan knew better. The Zalari didn't feel cold the way humans did. That trembling meant something far worse. Malnutrition, possibly cellular degradation from incompatible food sources. Despite the United Terran Coalition's promises of integration, many aliens still fell through the cracks on human worlds. "Wait here, sweetheart." Ryan approached carefully, keeping his posture non-threatening. "Excuse me, miss." "Are you all right?" The Zalari girl's eyes, large and golden with double pupils, fixed on him with a mixture of fear and desperate hope. When she spoke, her voice carried the melodic quality of her species even as it cracked with weakness. "I apologize for the disturbance, human. I will move. That's not what I asked." Ryan crouched down to her level, the gesture he'd learned from years of talking to Emma. "When did you last eat something compatible with your biology?" Her silence was answer enough. 20 minutes later, Maya, as she finally introduced herself, sat at Ryan's kitchen table, cautiously consuming a specialized protein pack from the Zalari quarter of the colony. Ryan had sent Emma to her room with promises of explaining later, and now he watched this stranger devour food with the desperation of someone who'd been starving. "The shelter in Section 7, Maya finally said, her voice stronger now. "It closed 2 months ago. Budget cuts. The coordinator suggested we return to our homeworlds." Ryan felt anger flare in his chest. The Zalari homeworld was 17 light-years away. The audacity of suggesting a homeless alien simply leave because she'd become inconvenient gnawed at his sense of justice, the same justice that had made him volunteer for colony service in the first place. "Do you have skills? Training?" he asked. Maya's expression brightened slightly. "I was an engineer on Zelar, quantum propulsion systems. But here, no one will hire me. They say my credentials aren't valid, that I need Terran certification which costs more than you could possibly afford when you're sleeping under transit stations," Ryan finished. He rubbed his face knowing he was about to make either the best or worst decision of his life. "I have a spare room." Emma's room was supposed to be a guest bedroom, but we converted it. "The guest room is just storage now." Maya's eyes widened. "Human Ryan, I cannot accept it's just Ryan, and yes, you can. Here's the deal. You help around the house, help me with Emma when I'm working double shifts at the reactor, and you study for your certification exams. You get a room, food, and access to the colony's educational database through my account. Why would you do this?" Maya's question held genuine confusion. "We are not kin. We are not even the same species." Ryan thought about his wife, about the values they'd promised to instill in Emma, about the kind of galaxy he wanted his daughter to grow up in. Because it's the right thing to do. And because humans didn't come to the stars to replicate the same mistakes we made on Earth. The first weeks were awkward. Maya moved like a ghost through the apartment, terrified of imposing, taking up space only when absolutely necessary. Emma, however, had no such reservations. She bombarded Maya with questions about Zelar, about quantum theory, about whether Zalari children played games like human kids did. Slowly, Maya began to thaw. Ryan would come home from the reactor to find her helping Emma with homework, explaining complex mathematical concepts in ways that made the 7-year-old's face light up with understanding. The spare room transformed from a storage dump into a living space, and Maya's laughter, a sound like wind chimes in a summer breeze, became a regular feature of their home. 6 months in, Maya passed her first certification exam. Ryan took them both out for synthetic ice cream to celebrate, and for the first time he saw Maya smile without reservation. It was a beautiful smile. He noticed and then immediately felt guilty for noticing. "Dad really likes Maya," Emma observed one night during bedtime stories. "I like that she's our friend," Ryan corrected carefully. "No, Dad, he likes her." Emma's knowing look was far too mature for a 7-year-old. Ryan couldn't sleep that night, not because Emma was wrong, but because she was devastatingly right. Somewhere between the quantum physics discussions over breakfast and the way Maya sang Zillary lullabies when Emma had nightmares, Ryan had fallen for his alien roommate. The realization terrified him. His wife had been gone 3 years, but was it too soon? And more pressingly, did Maya feel anything beyond gratitude? He got his answer 3 weeks later when Maya received her full engineering certification and a job offer from the colony's primary propulsion facility. She burst into the apartment waving the data pad, her joy incandescent. "Ryan, I did it, She stopped, her expression suddenly serious. "I can afford my own place now. I should find an apartment." The silence stretched between them like the void of space. "Is that what you want?" Ryan asked quietly. Maya's golden eyes met his. "No, but I thought, perhaps it is what you want. I have imposed long enough. Maya, you've never been an imposition. You've been—" Ryan struggled for words. "You've been exactly what Emma and I needed." "What I needed? Then I will stay," Maya said softly. "If you wish it." "I wish it," Ryan confirmed, and in that moment, something shifted between them, friendship transforming into something deeper, something neither had been looking for but both desperately needed. Emma, listening from her bedroom, smiled and went back to sleep. She'd known all along.